Just because you have thoughts or you have feelings doesn't make them true. Cognitive distortions. Changing cognitive distortions is one of the things that you can do with a therapist. Black and white thinking. If I'm not a total success, that makes me a failure. Everything is this or that. There's no middle ground. There's no gray area. Catastrophizing about taking the worst possible case scenario, like the first one that just came to my head would be like hearing the tornado siren and immediately running to the basement or something like that. If this is a failure, I will be so upset that I won't be able to go on. But the failure hasn't come yet. You're just having the distorted thought before you even experience the pain. I can't try this because if this doesn't work, I will be so dysfunctional that I won't be able to go on with my life. I can't get into this relationship because if it goes wrong, I will be so negatively impacted that it's going to ruin my life. Disqualifying the positive. If something goes well in your life, you write it off. Like, you don't celebrate it, you don't tell people about it, and it doesn't guarantee future success. You don't think that there's any pattern. I did this thing, yeah, like that went okay, but that doesn't mean that I'm competent. I was just lucky, it was just good timing, it was because of this, it was because someone helped me, but it wasn't due to me. Emotional reasoning. Our emotions aren't true. What we feel isn't the truth, and it doesn't make something true based on what we feel. The cognitive distortion, emotional reasoning says, here's an example. I feel like a failure. I know I do things well at work, but I still feel like a failure. I know I get okay grades in school, but I still feel like a failure. Because you feel like a failure, does that make you a failure? Labeling is a cognitive distortion. And this is right into all or nothing thinking, black and white thinking. I am a loser. He is no good. She is like this. He will never learn. Making something concrete when we know brains change, people change, feelings change too. Magnification and minimization. Magnification as a cognitive distortion. One thing goes wrong, I get a bad grade on a test. Oh, this proves how I'm not smart enough to be here. I shouldn't go to college because I can't even take one test. So if I can't take one test, how am I going to graduate? And even if I do graduate, I'm still going to be an imposter failure anyway. Minimizing your success. Maybe you get good grades, but just because you get good grades doesn't mean you're smart, right? Oh, you're just, you just got lucky, you got easy professors, you just turned in the work, you just, or whatever. But it's not because of like you and your ability to have success. Why not? Mental filter, so selectively deciding what information influences your thoughts and your feelings. For example, getting a performance review at work and you get, 4 out of 5 for all of them, and one of them you get a 3, and you're like, okay, I might have got all those high ranks, but I'm still doing a bad job, because if I was doing a good job, I would have been able to get all of those marks high. Mind reading is a cognitive distortion, thinking that we can perceive someone else's reaction to us and know what they're thinking, even if they're not saying it. Like, if we are afraid of seeming incompetent and we think about the person that we're talking to because they're looking at us a certain way, that, oh, they're just thinking that I'm the dumbest idiot ever and I don't know what I'm talking about. I better just stop because I can tell that they know that I don't know what I'm talking about. How would they know? Fake it till you make it. Overgeneralization. One experience does not create a pattern, does not create an unchangeable, permanent influence. Because I felt uncomfortable at the party, I don't have what it takes to make friends. Because I got anxiety speaking in front of people, I don't have what it takes to be a successful professional. Because I had feelings about an experience that was challenging for me, it says that I'm not capable of doing that. And when you say it out loud, that's one of the things about therapy. You say it out loud and you're like, oh, that's ridiculous. But I guess I did think about that in some ways. Should statements. Every human makes mistakes. It's terrible that I make a mistake. I should always be doing my best. I can't believe that I had a typo on that. I should proofread my emails. Or I can't believe that I sent that to my boss unfinished. I should be more careful with what I'm doing. It's like, okay, if you can use that as a way to like learn and grow. But the distortion is overgeneralizing and taking that should feeling and and using it to degrade yourself without making change. Just using it as a pattern to repeat to bring familiarity to when you experience those negative patterns to you as a child or whenever. And this creates blinders, they call it in attachment science, but tunnel vision about what you have experienced informs your inner reality. It informs your thoughts and your behaviors and your feelings. And we come in with all this baggage around the experience we've had, good or bad. And unless we're talking about it and reevaluating those cognitive patterns, we just repeat them.